Hello, crafty friends. It's Elisa from Paisley Papyrus. I am here to do one more Penguin Playmates card for you. Now, if you have been following me for the last few weeks, I talked about how I cut up my paper and put it in the file system like this. So each card front is cut to 4 by 5 1/4. And then I set it aside and use it to make all my cards. However, when I do that, I am left over with these 1.5 inch strips from the bottom of the paper from cutting it 5 1/4, 5 1/4. That leaves me 1.5 inches. So what are we going to do with these? Well, we're going to turn these into this super cute card. So the first thing that we're going to do is pull out our trimmer, and we're going to cut off 3 inches from each of these. So we're going to cut him at 3, set that aside, cut this one at 3, and set that aside, cut this one at 3. And as you can see, today we are using the back side of the Penguin Playmates paper pack. That is a mouthful right there. Penguin Playmates paper pack. This is a piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock. It is cut at 3 1/4 by 4 7/8, and we are just going to arrange our, I think I want it like that, yes. So we are going to arrange our little pieces on there like this, put a little glue on it, line him up down here on the bottom with a little wiggle room, make sure we get him kind of evenly spaced in between. We're going to do the same at the top, getting him evenly spaced in between, give or take. And then we're going to take this guy in the middle and make him evenly spaced in between all of it. So he, you know what, I think I'm going to flip that so that the purple is not right up next to the fresh freesia. And he is right there, just like so. Now, I have that set aside, ready to go. I have an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock cut in half at 5 1/2, and then I'm going to take that and I'm going to fold it in half so that my card front of my card base measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay. So then I have taken a piece of white and I have cut it to 4 1/8. I'm sorry, yes, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I don't know why that measurement trips me up so much. Now, and I've embossed it. I embossed it with the Tasteful Textiles 3D embossing folder. It is currently one of my favorites. Now, whenever I emboss a piece of paper, it's okay to add just a smidge more glue than you normally would because of the texture. It gets into those nooks and crannies for you, okay? I wouldn't add a whole lot because you don't want your paper to buckle, but just a little bit more than the normal barely there smidge that I like to talk about. So we've got him on there. He has a nice little bit of glue on the back. We're going to set these two pieces aside, and then I have cut this cute little die cut from the Hippo and Friends dies, and it is this die right here, and I love this set for these backgrounds. I just think this is such a cool set. So I am going to use my Penguin Place stamp set, and I'm going to use this guy right here, and then we're going to do Season's Greetings, and we're going to use this little tree. Okay, so my first order of business is to get out my tuxedo black ink, ink up my penguin guy. He's so cute. I'm going to pull him over here. I hope he's still on screen for you, but I need to see what I'm doing. And we're going to stamp him down right there, straight down, straight up, perfect. And then this set says that it's soft, succulent, and just jade. I don't have either of those colors, but I do have Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to make Pear Pizzazz work for me. So in order to do that, I am going to bring in a spare piece of paper over here. I've got my little tree on my block. I'm going to ink him up. That is clearly not the right color. So I'm going to stamp him off on a scrap piece of paper. And then I'm going to use a second generation stamped of him right there. And now I have a really light tree that blends nicely with the green that's on there. Okay. Then I'm going to close that guy up so I don't make any mistakes. I'm going to pull out my pumpkin pie. I'm going to give my guy his nose. Yep, just like so. I'm going to pull him towards me, and I might get my head in the camera because I got to get his nose right there at the bottom of that little heart. Let's see if I did it right. Pretty close. I like it up a little bit, but that's all right. He's good. And then we're going to take his little feet, which, let's make sure his feet are going the right direction, and stamp those down right there. And back up. And we have a cute little penguin. I love him. I love him. I love him. Okay, I'm going to close up my orange. I'm going to bring in my Season's Greetings from the same set. It's right there. So you're not buying multiple sets for this. And we're going to ink him up in our black memento, and we're going to put him on right there. I don't know why I always refer to these things in the male past tense or pronoun, whatever. Anyway, it's just something I've noticed as I watch my videos. Maybe it's a little strange. I don't know. Anyway, we are going to take him, flip him over. We're going to pop him up with some dimensionals. And then, whoops. Gotta get a little faster with these dimensionals. I peel off the back. Peel off the back. And one more. And then I'm going to take him and put him all the way over to the side, centered between the top and the bottom to the best of my ability, right? Just like that. Then I'm going to take this image that is on our penguin on our label, and I'm going to take a dimensional and put it right here in this corner and right here in this corner. And then I'm going to peel that off. Ah, I didn't put my ribbon on. Oh dear. See, I hate it when I do this. Luckily, we can slide it underneath, I think. Let's see if we can do this. See, everybody makes mistakes. Something about having that video camera on, I just make all my mistakes. Okay, so one of the things that I do whenever I'm tying a bow is I turn it upside down. So this is our Fresh Freesia ribbon, and he is one of our in colors. And you know what? I'm not sure I like that. I think we're going to switch him and do our Fresh Freesia bow at the top this time. We'll see what we think of that when it's done. Then you can compare them and let me know below in the comments whether you like the bow better at the top or the bottom. So we're going to pull the bow through a little bit, flip him over. I'm doing him upside down because somehow or another he always, when I do my bows, they always end up pointing in the opposite direction. So this here, pull him around, put that through. Whoops. Let's try again to put that through. My fingers go numb when I'm on camera. Goodness. Surely I'm not the only one, right? Put him like that. We'll go like that. Put this right here. Come on through. And we've got our little bow. Now we're going to turn it the right direction and tug and pull until we have it just where we want it. Did I lose him? I did lose him, didn't I? How did I do that? All right. You know, this is why sometimes I like to just tie a little bow and put it on with a glue dot. Let's see what happens when we do it this way. See, it flipped upside down on me. All right, sorry, it's so much fun watching somebody tie a bow, isn't it? Okay, one more time, and then I'm going to give up, and we're going to live with it. All right, over, around, through, and use my fat fingers out of the way and pull. Ah, thank goodness. I was getting tired of that bow. Okay, we're going to pull him down here, we're going to pull him down here, and then tighten him back up, and then hold it in place to get my little loopies the size I want them. I don't normally like to cut that much off of them, but you know, today is one of those days where he wasn't cooperating, so that's what we get. So that's my fresh freesia ribbon on there, and then I'm going to move it around to where I want it. I don't have a glue dot here. Oh, I do. I have a glue dot from a paper pumpkin. Let's see if I can get him to stay with, well, let's put this guy on first. So we're going to put a little bit of glue down here because remember we put dimensionals under this, so we only have dimensionals on this side so that they end up matching. Okay, and we're going to put that there, and then we're going to take a little glue dot. This one is one that came in one of my Paper Pumpkin packs, and get that out of the way. I'm going to put that rolled right under my bow to keep it where I want it to be. So there he is there. And then I'm going to use some of these opal rounds, and I'm going to put one here and one there and maybe one, it doesn't want to come off. That guy doesn't want to come off. I'll try this guy. I'm going to put him there, just like so. Okay, there are my 2 cards. So let me know in the comments below, do you like the bow better at the top or at the bottom? I would love to know your opinion on that. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. I hope that you find the Penguin Place stamp set and the Penguin Playmates paper to be as cute as I do. Don't forget, you can get this paper as a free goodie during Sale-a-bration, which ends at the end of September. And you can bundle it with the Penguin Place to make all sorts of fun cards this winter season. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.